been in this county my whole life. I'm 39 years old. My wife is Taylor Grizzle. We have 3 beautiful kids, Brantley, Ellie, and Bennett. They're all part of the Franklin County school system. I have been serving as your chief magistrate for 11, going on 12 years now. So obviously this is my career path. This is what I've chosen. I have represented the county well over this past 11, 12 years. A little more about me, things that people may not know. I go to church at Pleasant Hill Baptist Church, me and my family. We moved to the north end of the county back in December 2019, I believe. I also do a lot of coaching. My kids are highly active in sports. I have coached anything from soccer to baseball to volleyball to basketball. As far as the job goes, we have done this well. Is the yellow card mean I got 30? Caution. Okay. Well, anyway, I didn't hear that part. I came in a few minutes late. I was signing warrants as I was walking in. So the job never stops. That's one thing about the job. Everybody thinks that you get to go home. You don't get to go home with this job. It's 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. My phone rings all the time. Everybody else gets to get up from, go home and put everything away. Well, my job does not stop. You are there. You have to be available to about 300 officers over about 12 agencies, not to mention the citizens of the county. And it does not stop, and my phone just will not stop ringing. And I'm here to serve, and I want to continue to do that. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate everybody being here.
Ms. Crystal, if you'll come up.
I'm Crystal Nelms. I was born and raised in Franklin County. I graduated here in 2013. I went to Athens Tech. I got an associate's degree and then went to the University of Georgia where I got my bachelor's. I've worked in this community for over 12 years, or 10 years. And then I worked in a state prison for over 3 years. My dad was the previous magistrate judge. Me and him talked about me doing this for a long time before he passed away. I just want to follow in his footsteps. If I'm elected, I'll be committed to being available, easy to access, and reachable, not only 40 hours a week, but also in the afternoons and the weekends if necessary. I will be equal and fair to everyone. I'll listen, understand questions, and I will always continue to further my education, taking appropriate classes and training necessary. And I have 1 more minute, but I don't have 1 more minute to talk.
Mr. Bowe, come up.
I'm Bo Cornwell. I'm a lifelong resident of Franklin County. I'm 46 years old. I have 3 daughters. Emily is 20, Anna is 17, and Kinsley is 9. They're all in the Franklin County school system. Emily graduated. She's at Athens Tech now, taking radiology. Anna's a senior, and Kinsley's in the 3rd grade. I've worked 29 years in a family business, doing HVAC and electrical design and installation, job site management. I've worked alongside with OSHA, code management, keeping job sites safe and legal, just as I'd like to do with Franklin County as Chief Magistrate. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Crystal, we're going to start with you, okay? All right, so this first question is, what motivated you to pursue the office as magistrate judge?
So like I said, my dad was in this position. I grew up in that office in the afternoons. I spent my summers in that office with him, and he was very passionate about his job and he loved the community, and I just want to carry on and follow his footsteps like me and him talked about.
Mr. Bowe, the same question to you. What motivated you to pursue the office of magistrate judge?
this county is going through growing pains right now, and with that, you're going to have civil and criminal cases are going to be on the rise as well. And it's going to be an overwhelmed magistrate office. There needs to be no predetermined outcomes. Every case that's going to come in there into the magistrate office needs to be treated as that. Needs to be treated with passion, but yet fairness. And I think that as chief magistrate, I can do that.
You may restate. You good?
If you don't mind.
This is a little different. What motivated you to pursue, I guess, the office again as magistrate judge?
Well, I think I'll go back 12 years. But originally, I was a probation officer. I didn't get to cover that in my introduction. I worked with the court system from the time I got straight out of college till I ran for judge and I won. So I have 17 total years experience working with the court system. That's pretty much all I know. That's what I do. We deal with cases every day. I think I know it's over 30,000 cases in total that I've dealt with in my tenure there. If I went back on probation cases, we're probably pushing 40,000 criminal and civil cases that I've dealt with. We don't have a backlog. There's no predetermined anything. We hear the cases when we hear the cases. That's the way it's set up. We abide by state law, and we make sure things are taken care of and ran appropriately. And I think that maybe that's it. Thank you.
Mr. Bowe, we're going to start with you on this one. Can you describe your experience and qualifications for this office?
Like I said earlier, I've worked 29 years in the construction industry. I've worked with people on a daily basis, and working with the public in this job is what you do every day. You're not going to make everybody happy, but you got to be able to be fair. If you got somebody coming in with a case and one of them's not going to be happy, you know that when they leave. But if they can say that you treated them fair, then that's all you can ask for. And working with people every day, working with the public, prepares you for just about any job in life, and this as well.
Back to you, Cody. Same thing. Describe your experience and qualifications for this office.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to say the same thing over. We've been doing this 11, 12 years, plus the probation officer. I guess I can add that I was a certified peace officer with the state. I didn't name that earlier. I did do that while I was a probation officer. When you're doing the job every day, there's just so much knowledge that you bring into the office. There's things that I've seen and that I've experienced that I know how to deal with these cases that is just invaluable, and that's why I'm going to continue to ask for your support and your vote and keep going down the path we're on. Thank you.
You want me to repeat? Can you describe your experience and qualifications for this office?
Like I said before, I have a 4-year degree from the University of Georgia. I've worked in the community and with the community for over 10 years. And then I was face-to-face working with inmates in the prison system for 3 years. So I have a little bit of experience on that side of things. But you can't get experience if you're not given the opportunity to work and learn. And I'm willing and able to further my education and do what I need to do to know what I need to know.
All right, we're going to start with you, Cody. In your view, what is the biggest challenge that the Franklin County Magistrate currently faces, and what will you bring to the office if elected or re-elected that can solve that problem?
The biggest problem that we're having is we continue to have more and more cases. That is not, that is a true situation. You know, we work through those. We have always been able to stay, you know, keep on track and not have a backlog of cases. We've been able to do that. You know, as the county grows, there's always growing pains that will face the magistrate court. You know, and we will, over time, you know, as the population seemingly continues to increase, the office would have to increase as well. That would be the largest, biggest problem facing the magistrate court at this time. Thank you.
Same question for you, Crystal. In your view, what is the biggest challenge that the Franklin County Magistrate currently faces, and what will you bring to the office, if elected, that can solve that problem?
Well, I'm not currently in office, but I'll do everything I can to learn and grow. Yeah.
Bo, same question. In your view, what is the biggest challenge that the Franklin County Magistrate currently faces, and what will you bring to the office, if elected, that can solve that problem?
Yeah, growth would definitely be the biggest problem. Like I said, you're going to have the criminal civil cases are going to tally up, and it could lead to a backlog, and the office will have to expand. We also have to make sure that we don't cloud the office with any outside business interests so that we can concentrate on the job of Chief Magistrate.
Crystal, we're going to start with you on this one. The office that you are running for can have the biggest impact on a person's life. What aspect of this position will be the biggest challenge to you if elected?
So I would go into it being fair and equal, and the law is the law, and if you break the law, you're in the wrong. It'd be hard to pick sides, but yeah, the law is the law.
All right, Mr. Bo. The office that you're running for can have the biggest impact on a person's life. What aspect of this position will be the biggest challenge to you if elected?
How the law reads, that is the judge's job to decide how to enforce that. Every case is not the same, and when somebody comes, it does impact everybody's life. Every case is going to impact somebody's life, but you have to decide as the judge how to enforce that law. Every law is not going to be enforced on everybody the same way. That's the job of the judge. Otherwise, you would just have a secretary there collecting money. You wouldn't need a judge. But enforcing that on somebody is going to be tough, but that is part of the law. But you've got to decide how to go about enforcing that, how to push that law.
You need me to restate it? The office that you are running for can have the biggest impact on a person's life. What aspect of this position will be the biggest challenge to you if reelected?
Well, as we know, the biggest impact usually is just, we're locking a lot of people up. They are violating the law. You deal with this. We deal with anything from misdemeanor marijuana to felony murder. So these things that we deal with are serious crimes. It affects a lot of people. You do have to take things into consideration, but you have to determine what the evidence shows. You have to do what's right based on the evidence. You have to move forward with that. And I hate to use this saying, but it is what it is. You have to hold people accountable. You treat them with respect while you're doing it. You treat them with kindness and care, but you do have to enforce the law. You have to do what's right, and I hope I answered the question. Thank you.
All right, and Bo, we're going to start with you on this one. What makes you the best candidate for this office, and why should the citizens of Franklin County entrust you with this position?
I think with my time working with the public is going to qualify me the most for this job. Being able to take, two people or two parties and being able to decide, an outcome and listening to both sides, not have not have a one-sided mindset, being able to let both of them have their say, and being able to problem solve. That's what I've done my whole life, and that's gonna be what the job entails.
I'm gonna have to go back to my experience and my years of service serving the county. This is what I do. This is who I am, and I hate to keep saying the same thing as far as my experience, but that is invaluable. That's what I do. I enjoy what I do. I want to continue to do what I'm doing. I want to continue to serve the people of this county the way I have, and make improvements along the way. There are things that in technology that are going to be coming down the pipeline over years. We're going to try to improve those things. But as far as me being the most qualified, it's 12 years of service, 5 years probation, 17 total years of criminal justice experience. Thank you.
Crystal, same question to you. What makes you the best candidate for this office, and why should the citizens of Franklin County entrust you with this position?
Well, my dad was someone that I always looked up to, and I plan to do what he did, be by the book. I don't know. I'm not good at this. I'm sorry.
Look, people don't understand, and this is a very nerve-wracking situation. So you did great. Please give all these candidates a hand. All right, y'all can take a deep breath now, and you can go back. All right, at this point, we're going to ask the candidates for sheriff if you'll make your way to the front, please.